What is up, everyone? Welcome to another training inside of the Facebook group. I'm so delighted to be here. I just started my live stream and then somehow it just died. So I hope that this works. So if you're new to my world, welcome. My name is Juliana Garcia, and I am a marketing strategist and coach who helps coaches clarify their message so that you can attract premium clients. It's such a delight to be here with you. If you're new to the group, say what's up. If you've been here for a while, say what's up too. Tell me in the comments when did you join? How long ago did you join? I'm super curious. I feel like there are people who have been here for literally from the beginning. March 9th, 2019 is when I started this group. So if you're here ever since then, I love you. So many of you have been here for a long time. So welcome if you're new. And if you've been here for a while, just get ready because I'm about to blow your mind one more time. So let me just make sure that I'm going live in the right group. Let me make sure. You guys, I just turned on the heat. I'm going to turn it off because it's way too hot. It just got super hot. Okay. So we're going to talk about something. I just came up with this concept literally today. And the concept is that basically the 4 C's of committed buyers. So today I'm going to give you a little recipe of 4 ingredients, 4 things that you can do today in order to create more qualified buyers who are going to come to your DMs or fill out your application so that you obviously get a chance to have a conversation about your packages. And these are 4 things that I see that I do and that my clients who are getting amazing results, like $300,000 months, $100,000 cash months, and 20K months consistently. I mean, literally my clients are getting amazing results because they're all doing these 4 things. So this little recipe is something that you can do literally today. It's not going to take a lot more of your time. It's not going to take extra complexity. Literally, these are just shifts that you can start implementing in your marketing that are you're gonna see the difference in the quality of people that reach out to you. Cool? So let me just make sure that I have my notes up here. So the first thing that I want to share, and before I dive into the four ingredients, is I want to tell you a little story. Last night, I was at a housewarming party with some of my best friends who are I'm happy to say and honored to say some of the best coaches in the industry. I mean, literally in that room, there were probably just maybe 70 million people that were impacted at the very least by every person that was in that room. And one of those people who was there is Jesse Elder. And Jesse Elder is somebody that is a really well-known coach in the industry. And I didn't have we knew each other from Facebook, and he really loves my content and I admire his work a lot. And he was there, and finally we got to meet in person. And there was something that he told me that I wanted to pass on to you and to give you context as to why these C's are going to be so important for you as a coach and as the future of coaching continues to evolve. And so something that he said is, I just have to say, he's one of the OGs in the coaching space, right? And so he said to me, Juliana, I really admire your work, and I wanna reaffirm that I want you to keep doing what you're doing, and I know you will, but really continue doing the work in the world because the coaching industry is blowing up. It's gonna get even bigger than what we know it as. And there's gonna be more people that are gonna join, and they're not gonna know what they don't know. And they're gonna start realizing all the things that they don't know that they don't know. And that is what is going to create this desire to continue evolving their education as they enter the industry. And you're one of the leaders, you're in a really great position. And so when I heard that, of course, it was exciting. And I mean, he has a huge insight into the coaching industry. I mean, he's friends with Brian Moran, who's the founder of Samcart. And Sam was sharing with him all the amazing just wins that they're having in terms of Samcart, which is a software that coaches use as a checkout tool, checkout software, and for their carts and their launches. And Samcart just has grown exponentially over the past year, which tells us that there are so many more people joining the online space. And when I heard that, of course, I felt excited for me, but I feel more excited for all of you. I feel more inspired to come in here and share this with you, because I know that when you're sitting in your computer and when you're in your day-to-day writing your content, sometimes you might feel like you're writing this for no one, that no one's listening. Or maybe your audience is listening. Maybe you have a group of 1,000 or 2,000 people or 500 people, and you feel like it's not enough people. You're like, I wish I had more people listening. Or why do the same people engage but not new people? Why don't I have more premium clients reaching out? And the context of this live stream that I want to give you, and why I started with this story, is because I want all of you to understand that what you're doing today is not for the result of today, but is the result for tomorrow, 6 months from today, 1 year from today, in 2 and 5 and 10 years from today, which is your future. Everything you do today, every post that you write today, it's gonna impact you in years to come. And that is the game that I want all of you to play. This is the game that I want the high quality coaches to be focused on, not the high, not the short-term thinking with high risk, high results, but short-term. Like you're only willing to take a high risk today or no risk today because you want a result tomorrow. And that is not a healthy, sustainable way to be emotionally balancing your business. We want to think long-term. And there will be so many people that are coming that are about to flood the entire industry of coaching. And all of you are in a great position to set yourselves up right now to be able to help them, to be able to offer them the solutions that they need, to be able to show them the way. And that is my desire for all of you to see that. Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day. And when Jesse mentioned that to me, it was kind of like just going outwards into zooming out and understanding that there is so much happening that we don't see, which reminded me so much of what it means to attract premium clients. So many people think that premium clients are hard to get, that we need to go find them, that we need to build a big audience in order for them to come to us. And my premise, and what I keep repeating over and over again, is that premium clients are everywhere. It's just that most people don't know how to communicate with them. That's what I teach you. I teach you how to communicate the value of your work in a way that resonates with people and that inspires them to want to buy from you. That is all you need in order to attract premium clients. You don't need crazy funnels. You don't need complexity in your business. My business is extremely simple. In fact, I'll tell you a second story. On Thursday, was it Thursday or Wednesday? I don't know if you guys know who Brooke Castillo is. Tell me in the comments if you know who Brooke Castillo is. Give me a 1 in the comments. I love Brooke Castillo. Brooke Castillo is the most successful life coach that I know of, female life coach that I know of in the world. And she's been my mentor since 2017. And I just really adore all of her philosophies. And one of the things that she talks about is managing money. And so her CFO is Mark Butler. Mark Butler is basically just manages all her books, and basically is just the chief financial officer. And I had a conversation with him because I wanted to hire him to manage my business, become my CFO. And to give you a long story short, I was ready to hire him. And it's not a cheap investment. And so when I told him about my business, he asked me, what do you sell? How do you sell it? And what's your business model essentially? And I just explained to him in maybe 30 seconds what my business model is, what I sell, how I sell it, my price points. And he's like, wow. I mean, he works with multimillionaires coaches, right? He's industries coaches. And he told me, wow, that is such a simple business model. Good for you. You don't have a very complex business. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. And he goes, I don't actually think you need me because you don't invest in big events or ads. You have high cash flow, you have a low overhead. It's kind of like an anomaly to have this simplicity in your business at the level that you're at, which is 7 figures. And to me, I was a little bit puzzled because I was like, am I okay? Don't I want to hire you? He's like, no, I'll just refer you to his sister who runs a bookkeeping company that's nowhere near as expensive as his. And I was willing to pay, but he's like, you just don't need me yet. Your business is really simple. And That is the power, you guys, of understanding that in order for you to have a premium business, to have premium clients come to you, you don't need to overcomplicate your business. I had a call with somebody on Friday who literally made $120,000 a year last year as a branding coach, and she couldn't keep anything because she had so much overhead. She had created a course and she spent all of her money building a course and the systems, the back-end systems, and nobody bought it. I think she had nobody, 4 people signed up. So she had 4 signups, but she was expecting 10 or 20, and she didn't meet her goal. And my recommendation was, you don't build a back course. Like most people make it so complex. You want to create high demand. You want to create clients first, and then you deliver the program. Then you create the program, not the other way around. We want to keep things simple, guys. And this is my biggest gift, I guess, because I see it so easily to keep your business simple. And for some reason, I love my clients, but you guys, sometimes you complicate it too much. And that's why we work together, right? Because I help them just like keep an eye on the ball and simplify everything. So my point with everything that I'm sharing is you don't have to have a complicated business model in order to thrive in the coaching industry. If you're at 6 figures already, you've done the hardest part. Now, in order to get to multiple 6 figures is about doing less, having less offers, less fluff, refining, becoming more precise about your message, instead of adding more offers, more revenue streams, more things that complicate your business, increase your overhead and your expenses, and reduce the amount of time that you have. We want to do it the opposite way. Okay, so you don't need a complex business model. You don't need to wait and to build an audience in order to have premium clients. All you need to do is just remember that there are so many people entering the coaching space and they have a lot of money. People have a lot of money, and people will find the money if they don't have it. I found money when I didn't have it, and I'm so glad I did. I wasn't pressured into buying anything. I made a powerful decision that I wanted to, and I'm so glad that my coaches charge what they charged, because it helped me step up into my next level. It helped me commit to my transformation to a whole new level. And there are some people that were obviously not in alignment for that kind of price, but I was. And so I'm so glad that the people that I work with, my coaches, didn't charge me cheap prices, because that really took my transformation to a whole new level, and it allowed them to show up really beautifully for me. That is my philosophy. I know all of you over deliver. Maybe some of you don't, but I'm talking to those of you who do. All of you who know, who are watching this, and you're like, Juliana, I'm so good at transforming people's lives, and I just pour myself into my clients. I really give it my all. I want to see them win. I'll do anything to see them win, right? You almost have maybe issues with boundaries more than anything. You're not the type of person that wants to scam people. Those are the people who are here in this group, at least. So for those of you, why are you charging low prices when you can charge accordingly to the level of service that you deliver? It just doesn't make sense. You're not creating a balanced, alkaline environment for your growth and for your business's health. We have to balance. It's like we have to balance the pH in our body so that we don't cause inflammation, so that we don't get sick. It's the same thing in your business. You have to really balance making sure that your delivery and your pricing are balanced so that you don't burn out and you don't end up sick also. Does that make sense? So I wanted to give you that context. I'm going to give you a 4 Ps right now. This is really important because I want all of you to see the opportunity that is ahead of us as leaders in the coaching space. And it's so important that we create a strong foundation for our business, whether you're getting to 6 figures or going to multiple 6 figures. There's still time to trim down and cut things down so that you're able to then help more people, so that you have the foundation to handle the high demand that it's going to happen, right? I am already experiencing it. I have so much high demand for my programs that I don't need to market it anymore. I just have a consistent number of leads. And I'm going to tell you these 4 things that help me get there. But I really have a strong foundation. And of course, I'm continuing to optimize it and unbind myself from my business and continue to clean it up. But it doesn't have to be complicated, okay? Okay, I'm going to take some water here. So By the way, before I give you the 4Ps, I wanted to tell you that if you want support in clarifying your message so you can attract premium clients, the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind is open for enrollment. It's been open for 2 weeks and we start on February 15th. So I'm going to drop the link so that you can apply, because we only have 4 spots left. And in that program, I really show you exactly what you need to do to have a simple business model, simple offers, like 2 offers at most, at a high ticket price. Then I'm going to show you how to feel really confident in delivering the value of that package, how to know exactly when to sell, when not to sell, when to take time off, when to do a launch, or what your marketing strategy is going to be in order to have a consistent cash flow in your business. And I'm going to show you how to enroll those clients in your offers, what to say on a sales call, how to hold space for somebody in a trauma-informed way for them to be able to make a decision. And I'm going to show you how to say no to money so that you can say yes to money later. Like, this is a very different approach. Most people who teach sales, they're like, convince. And my energy is a very different energy. It's more leaning back and allowing the person to meet you there, to step up. And that is a very different approach to sales that just converts so well, because you really are calling someone's higher self to show up versus their small, fearful self to make a decision. So I'm going to drop the link here. And then we're going to get started with the 4 C's now that you understand the context of this conversation. Oh, you guys, I couldn't even see any comments because I have, hey, Lucia, what's up? Okay, so go ahead and apply right now. You're going to get prompted to fill in an application, and then you're going to be able to book a call with me. You're going to get asked to put down a $500 deposit, because I don't talk to people who are not committed. And the only way to filter out so many applications is simply by asking you to put down a deposit of $500 to make sure that that is something that you're committed to. And if you are not a fit for the program, you get that refunded. You get it refunded anyway, because I refund it to you whether you join or not. If you join, I'll just take your first payment so that you can get started. Okay, so we're going to talk about the 4 C's to committed buyers. So exciting. Can't wait to have you, Lucia. Lucia's been in 1 round of the mastermind, and now she's going for the 2nd one. So the first C of committed buyers, okay? The first C that you want to infuse in your marketing, and this is so like intuitive for me, it's very intuitive, but it's not very normal. Like, people sometimes don't think about it. So first C is clear communication about who you want to work with. And I know this sounds very simple and easy, but are you doing it? So when I talk about clear communication, is a simple shift in your messaging that is gonna help you go from attracting people who are like, I need to think about it, or, oh, I don't know, maybe later, to actually attracting premium clients. And so the way that works in your marketing is, instead of just writing inspirational posts that make people feel good, you really want to speak to the elevated version of your client, which is something that I teach you how to discover inside of the mastermind. But you really is the type of person who's the best fit for you, right? And you want to make sure that instead of like being vague about who they are, or not even speaking to where they need to be in their journey in order to be ready to buy from you, you actually lay out the land as to what is it that where they need to be at in order to be qualified to work with you, to be the best fit to work with you. So I'll give you an example. For me, something that is extremely important is that every client that works with me has to be really good at what they do, because if you're not confident in your ability to deliver results for clients, it's just not going to work, because you're not going to be confident in marketing yourself. So I only work with people who have a felt sense experience of helping somebody get a result, right? That's baseline. I don't care if you are making $0,000, $2,000, or $50,000 or $100,000 per month, right? I'm talking about per month. That is really not that important to me. The importance to me is that you're good at what you do, because I see so many people who are undercharging that are great at what they do. They're experts. And so I teach you, I can work with that, right? So level number 1 is you have to be really good at what they do. So I want you to think about what is the requirement for your clients to get results with you, okay? I don't just take anyone. And this is a mindset shift, because a lot of people think I'll just take anyone who comes along, I'll just help. Could I help somebody who's not good at what they do with their marketing message? Absolutely. But are those my best people? No. Okay. So this is what I want all of you to sit in your throne as a leader, as a queen, as a king, and then make a decision that your standards are now raised. You only work with the people that you actually want to work with for very specific reasons. Not because you just feel like it, but it's for a very specific reason, which is their benefit, their results. At the end of the day, all I care about, my number one goal in my company, the number one metric that we always track is client results. Always. And so for me, I have to make decisions based on that. What is going to help me help my clients get the best results? And they have to be good at what they do, right? That's just one example. And so in my messaging, what I do is I make sure, preach, Lucia. In my messaging, what I do is I make sure that I tell people that they need to be good at what they do. You guys, it's that simple. That's just one example, right? But I make sure that I speak very clearly and I paint the picture in my content and even right now as to where they need to be. So I can tell a story about where they need to be, the problems that people who are really good at what they do, my experience, versus everybody else who's not that good at what they do, right? So I filter my content from that lens. I only have those people in mind. So I want you to think about what are some of the things that your clients, where they need to be, and how can you clearly communicate that in your copy? How can you just decide I'm not available for this and I'm only available for that and communicate it clearly? Because then what happens is that you're going to notice that people are going to reach out to you in your DMs and they'll be like, you spoke to me. I am at this place. I want your help. How much is to work with you? Versus you having to chase people and trying to convince them to join your programs. Does that make sense? So clear communication is a very simple shift in your messaging, but it's very potent, very powerful, which what we're doing is just qualifying people into what you offer. I have many qualifiers, right? I don't have just, you have to be good at working with me. That's just one of the baseline, most important ones. But I have very different character qualifiers, psychological qualifiers, like how do they think? What are their values? What are their priorities? And then I speak to those values and priorities in my content, okay? All right. Let's go with C number 2, okay? So C number 2, oh my God, you guys, I'm so thirsty. C number 2 is clear pathway, a clear pathway. So premium clients that are willing and ready to pay you and ready to start working together. Once you have communicated, okay, this is the person that you need to be, the second thing that they're looking for is a clear pathway to a result. So if you're selling some vague ass promise that doesn't have any actual, a pathway, people are not going to understand how you can help them. So for example, imagining that if I told you, hey, we're going to go on a hike together. And it's up in a mountain all the way up there in La Jolla. I'm living in La Jolla, so we're gonna go hiking in the hills of California, and there's gonna be a trail, and then we're gonna stop at this place, and then we're gonna cross this other different little trail, and we're gonna get at the top of that mountain. Even though it looks so far, I know exactly what are the steps to get there, and I show them to you, or I tell you, right? And I have a little map, and we map it out, right? It's a very different experience than if I was like, do you want to go hiking? I want to go hike. Let's go there. Let's just go. Let's just go to this crazy ass mountain all the way up there and we'll just figure it out. I'll just, don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. Would you say that you feel safe and empowered and clear and led in a container or in which one of those situations? Where I have a plan or where I'm just kind of let's just go to the mountain. No, we can do it. Don't worry. I got you. No big deal. That's probably not going to work for you, especially if you're investing $10,000+ in a program, right? People want to know how you're going to, what are the steps that you're going to take in order to get them to their desired result. And this is something that I do inside of my program. I teach you how to create your signature methodology so that when you have that, people know. You don't even, you obviously feel super confident because you're this is how I help my clients and this is how I create a result for them. But this is what they now need to see in order for them to sell themselves on the program, sell themselves on what they wanted. You don't even need to sell it because it's just so beautifully laid out that it just makes sense, and they'll be able to see themselves kind of achieving each one of those steps, or seeing themselves in, like, they have a desire for each one of those steps. That's all you need. So what are the steps that it requires for your clients to get a result? From A to Z, right? And you don't have to have a million steps. They don't have to be linear. You don't have to have like some linear mechanical package. This is about the pillars of transformation that you take your clients through. That is always going to help the brain understand what is it that you're going to do with the client. And it's going to put them at ease, and it's going to kind of remove that resistance of them buying into it, into the idea of investing or doing it, because they have a laid out map. Does that make sense? So that is for pathway. Very important. So many people miss it. And this is why, like, I think that so many people see premium pricing as like such a difficult thing, because they're like, yeah, but how? Where am I going to find the clients? Number one, you don't find clients. You shift your messaging and clients start coming to you. And then number two, how are clients going to buy from you? Oh my God. Yeah, you have a clear package, a signature methodology unique to you that allows them to see that you have the solution to their problem, that you have a step-by-step process, right? Doesn't have to be linear for all of you friends who are like my little complicated, emotional, woo-woo, beautiful humans who are out there probably watching this, being like, but I don't have a perfect step-by-step process. I don't want to be in a cookie cutter, like whatever. No, it's not about being cookie cutter. It's simply about laying out the map. That's it. You can do it with creativity, with flow, all of it, but it's having a container for your client, okay? Okay, C number 3. It's a little bit different, but it's really what separates just your average coach from an actual premium coach, okay? Maximilian says me. Oh my God, I love it. I love that you're just like, listen, I'm there. It's all good. No shame in the game. So good job. I'm so glad that you found your map. Okay, so the third C, you can all do this today. Literally. It will change everything. Even if you don't have clear communication, and even if you don't have clear pathway, I have seen people crush it in the coaching space. Maybe not for long, but maybe for some time for long. Oh my God, this is so bright. I'm going to turn it down. So my eyes hurt. So something that you can do today that is so important for people to want to come to you and not other coach is conviction. I was going to say something else and I like tongue tie there, but conviction, selling, marketing with conviction. You guys, it's the simplest. This is something that yesterday I was talking to one of my friends who is going to hire somebody at $300 per year, and he's partnering with them, and they're like a big agency. They're the ones who like blew up Jay Shetty. So they're like a content creation agency, and they like blew up like Prince E or something, and then Jay Shetty. And so he's like, you should work with them. So I'm like, okay, tell me about it. And he was one of those people that doesn't get sold. Like he's a salesperson himself. And so for me to see him be so enrolled in this program, like I'm going to pay $300,000 and I'm going to work with this man for 1 year and he's going to blow me up to like 1 million subscribers and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, what is happening? And he was telling me about the package and the program and everything. But you know what he said at the end? He's like, Juliana, I can't tell you how powerful it was to be in the space and the energy of this man who was making him the $300,000 offer, and the conviction he had when he was talking about the problem that I have and the solution that he offered, how much he believed in it. And that's all I needed. Like that is like the tip over the edge almost sometimes, or maybe is the first magnetic element when you build your audience, when you do live streams, when you are writing copy, when you show up as a personal brand and as a leader, is your conviction and your belief in what you sell. If you just shift that, if you don't even have a clear pathway, clear methodology, maybe your message isn't even that good, but if you are showing up with conviction, and what I mean by conviction is showing up believing so deeply in your offer, believing that you can help a client and not letting anything get in the way, and just communicating that with power, with passion and conviction, that is going to literally magnetize people to you. They're going to start paying attention more than they did before because of your energy, because of your ability to communicate, or just to show up, even if don't have the perfect message, just with conviction, why you know you can help somebody. So many people underestimate the power of speaking in a very convicted, is that how you say it, way, right? It's like kind of like the way that I'm talking to you. I talk like this all the time. So for me, it's very normal, very natural. But people tell me these things, like on my calls and my enrollment calls, are like just the way that you show up and you believe so much in the possibility of premium clients. And then I see your testimonials, but like really just you holding that belief is like everything. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so interesting. Because like that's the last thing that I would put, that I would imagine that people buy. And every person that I talk to, that has been such a big component of why they want to work with me specifically and not other coaches, because of the way that I'm able to show up, conveying that value with conviction. And so let me turn on the light again, because it's a little dark. So how can you start showing up with more conviction every day, even if it's just a little bit? Even if it's just a little bit. I want to really challenge you all to just show up more powerfully, because yes, it's good news that people in the coaching industry, that the coaching industry is going to blow up. But you guys, that means there's going to be more competition. Competition is an actual thing. I know that people say there's no competition. There's competition. People have options, right? It's maybe not so much competition, but there's going to be a lot more options, a lot more coaches, a lot more variety, a lot more to choose from, which is a beautiful thing. And conviction can really help you stand out. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so we're going to go for the fourth C that all of you can do today. Okay, so this is what helps a coach become the go-to choice for premium clients, and that makes competition irrelevant. Okay, and this, you guys, is what has helped me create a business that literally people rave about all of the time, and that is commitment to delivery. Okay, commitment to delivery. This is so important. And all of you, I want you to really do an analysis of just where you're at in your delivery for your clients. Because sometimes we focus so much in sales or marketing that we forget once we attract the client, then we get to fulfill for that. And as we fulfilled in a very intentional way, really thinking about the client, then guess what? People are going to get results. And then guess what? People are going to rave about you. And then guess what? People are going to hear that raving about you moment, and then they're gonna come to you. So marketing and sales is just as important as client delivery when you leverage it correctly, obviously, but it's really important for the reputation of your business, period. So for me, one of the things that people love my business, people love my program, is because I'm so committed to their results. I'm so devoted to their results. They know I have their back as soon as they join. Like literally, I'm their mama bear, and I'm just like committed to their results, to supporting them, to giving them everything they need to create results. And that has created a snowball effect that has my program. I don't even need to promote it that much, because now after 4 launches, now people are just like, I want in. Of course, that took some time. But if we don't focus on delivery, if we don't put our clients first, then that is going to show up in our results eventually. Because imagine if you just focus on marketing and sales, even if you pour all your money into ads, and if for some magic reason it all starts working in the first few attempts, then if you don't focus on delivery, if you're like, oh, I just want to drink 3 margaritas every day at the beach, maybe not 3 a day, but whatever. If I just want to drink margaritas at the beach and just like really just chill out, do nothing, because I just want money to come into my bank account, because that's just what I want as a coach. Like, that is not a really healthy mentality to have, because that's not what it means to be a coach. What it means to be a coach is to transform people's lives. So you're in the wrong industry. That's what I tell everybody who like, I just don't want to do anything in my business and like just see the payment notifications come in. I'm like, I'm not the coach for you, because we are in the business of changing, of transforming people. And that requires your delivery. And it doesn't mean working hard, overworking, or stressing yourself out, or crossing boundaries, or overly extending yourself to your clients, or and then creating a codependent experience or relationship where your clients now are throwing fits and then you have to always cater. I'm not talking about that. That is that's a whole other conversation, right? I'm talking about having a clear delivery pathway and you having very clear what is it that you're committed to delivering and making sure that you are doing an evaluation of how your clients are doing so that that comes back to you in your marketing, and then people just slide into your DMs because they love how you have showed up as a coach. This is why right now I was telling my clients who are in my higher level mastermind, the Momentum Mastermind, that I could literally cross my arms and the momentum would just continue because I have focused so much on both marketing and sales and delivery. And that just has created a snowball effect. And that's what I teach my clients inside of the mastermind, of both masterminds, is how to create that level of experience for your clients, because that is what positions you as one of the top coaches in the industry, okay? So, amen, Julia. Each person's transformation is a priority. So those are the 4 C's of commitment, of 4 C's of committed buyers. That is how you attract the highest quality level of buyers. And I want all of you to know that that is completely available to you. It doesn't have to be difficult. And if you're curious, if all of this resonated with you, if you're curious about really clarifying your message and fine-tuning these 4 C's in your business, I'll teach you exactly how to do that in the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, which is my 3-month experience mastermind where I help you clarify your message so that you can attract premium clients. And really what we do in there is I help you clarify not only your message, but I help you clarify the elevated version of your ideal client, the most premium version of your client, so that you can start attracting only that type of client. Then we work on your business model. What are your 2 offers that are going to help you get to multiple 6 figures or 100K, depending where you're at? Then I help you clarify your message so that you can go sell those offers. And then we work on your magnetic content creation so that you know how to make offers, how to build your audience, and how to grow that audience so that you can consistently nurture them in order for them to be in your ecosystem and then want to buy from you. And the last step is monetizing your influence, which is essentially the pre-qualification process that you want to have from the moment that people are strangers with you on the internet and then they become a client. So what is the pre-qualification process? What are those steps that are going to help you kind of filter out the people who are not committed and really pre-motivate and pre-qualify and pre-excite people to come on the phone with you in order for you to offer them your program? And of course, I teach you exactly how to hold space for that decision that they get to make at a premium level so that they feel really safe in your hands. So it's the Rolls Royce of marketing. I keep saying it, and even my clients tell me that they love it. So I'm not even saying that myself. There's so much value in there that you're really going to walk away satisfied and really clear on exactly how to do what you need to do in your business in order to attract premium clients. If you are watching this and you're a multiple 6-figure earner, just know that there are several multiple 6-figure earners in the mastermind. So it doesn't matter what income level you're at. What matters is that you're really good at what you do. And the concepts that I teach you are advanced. So they're not going to be baby newbie stuff. Like I take the foundational concepts and I teach them at a very high level. So if you're at 6 figures or getting to 6 figures, you're going to really be like fast tracked and elevated to calibrate at that frequency where everybody's just having really amazing wins. And we're just thinking about like in the multiple 6-figure, like we have a multiple 6-figure brain. Okay. Okay, the last thing that I want to tell you is that the way that it works is you have weekly coaching, so 90 minutes every single week, and there are 2 cohorts. So there's definitely times available that will work for you if you're in Australia or if you are in any part of the world, because there are two groups. So there are 90-minute calls every single week for 3 months. And then there is a Facebook group where my copywriter, Maria, literally goes in there and gives you copy coaching to your offers so that you feel really confident in your copy, so that you understand what is a copy that converts, what doesn't convert, which is really unlike anything. There's no one else out there that really offers this level of support in your copy. And there are 2 bonuses. One is my energy healer, Amanda. She's going to come and do an energy healing accelerator call where she's going to give you a practice, like an energy practice, so that you can really uproot any subconscious beliefs that you have and be able to move through the program with a lot more ease and have success settle with a lot of grace. And so that is a bonus. And the final bonus is the hypnotic track that my clients love. So it's a hypnotic track that my hypnotherapist recorded in order to have you listen to it for 21 days. And this is just for clients who join the mastermind, so that you can also work on a subconscious level on all the beliefs that might be kind of slowing you down from hitting 10K months consistently. Cool? So that's what is included inside of the program. The next step would be to apply. So go to that link and then fill out an application. And in the application, you'll be prompted to drop a $500 deposit to make sure that you can secure a call with me, where we can either make a decision on whether you are ready to join the program, or if you already have decided that you want to join, then I'll just ask you a few questions to make sure that you're the right fit, and then we can give you a strategy for how to make your money back quickly, right? So if you're very decisive, then let's go. If you haven't made a decision, then we can use a call to make a decision. But at the end of the call, you'll decide whether it's a yes or a no. And just know that I never make an offer to somebody that is not the right fit. So I don't want to have testimonials that are not amazing. So I only invite people who are totally a fit, and that's it. So, Inbox Juliana. All right, my love. So that's it for today. Wanted to give you lots of value today. Make sure that you write down those 4 C's and send me a message if you have any questions about the mastermind. And until then, I'm going to do another little training on Wednesday. So I will see you there. I love you all so, so much. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.